So during the Daddy Bush administration, the mining was off the charts. They had already taken back all the state and federal lands and, you know, chain linked them and gone in there and started dynamiting and taking down the big trees and this, that, and the other. Now, when we think about what they did to the Middle East, it was not because we had a country that was abusing its citizens, and it was not because we were actually going over there to help people. We were going over there to destroy ancient artifacts and then mine the crap out of it, and we needed soldiers to protect the region so that people didn't know what was going on, because they needed the lithium, the strontium, the barium, and all the things they're spraying on us. So they're mining the crap out of the world, and they're leaving it a toxic waste. And then we have people that believe that the towers was some kind of a invasion by people that, we found their passports right down the street. Give me a break. But it was the largest gold heist in U.S. history. They had been moving out the gold months and months prior to it ever happening. And, people were told to stay home that day. Now, this is verifiable information. During Obama's last year in office, while everybody was preoccupied with, who was going to be the next candidate for each party, he did his farewell tour. Now, this was during a time when I was watching news sources from around the world. I didn't even know about YouTube, which is crazy, but I was on Twitter. And during that time, you could get on Twitter without having to give any information. You just signed up. And so I was watching reporters from around the world, and not your mainstream real reporters. And I was also watching news stations, because back then they weren't reading as much of a script. They were putting things that were really happening in their area on the news. So I was catching things that most people weren't. And so they were sending codes through the newscast, and I was picking up on these things. Now I was getting downloads and seeing things that were to come way before any of this came. And of course, when you tell people, everyone knows that's in this community, they don't believe you, and they think you're crazy, and they don't want to hear it, because then they would have to do something, So most people would prefer to just stay in the dark and not do anything. Well, I saw a news clip that came out. It was like a 1-minute video of a meat processing plant, and the people were all masked up and everything, so you really couldn't see the faces. But I'm sure the person that slipped that video out took their life into their hands, because they were literally gutting babies. Okay, this was real. It was a real video, and of course it went bye-bye very quickly. And now these babies were full term, because in certain countries, women are only allowed to have one child, and they're made to carry, any pregnancies that they do have to full term, which is why Hillary wanted to make full-term abortions legal, because they were gutting these babies and making soup for the workers that they had in these camps, because these industries had fences around their buildings to keep the employees from committing suicide because the work conditions were so bad. Once they went to work there, they did not get to leave. They spent every waking minute on this facility. So this has been going on for a really long time, and most of us didn't know it. And we have to see what's going on in our world so that we don't ever repeat this cycle again. So the truth is painful, but it is the truth. Thank you. Thank you.